Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we continue our adventure into fractions, and right now we're going to do some simplifying fractions. We're going to look at the process, the entire process for simplifying fractions. But I also want to use some common sense and thinking. There you go, Thomas Paine. We have the fraction 12/16. Now, instead of listing all the factors of 12 and all the factors of 13, off the top of your head, Rylan, can you think of a number that divides evenly into 12 and 16? Any number. Good. 4. 2. We had 2 said in the back. I'm going to start with 2 because I want to show how it can also be done without listing them all. If you can think of any number that can go evenly into your numerator and denominator, you can start there. So we have 12 divided by 2 is what? 6. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. And then we get to this point and we ask ourselves, is there anything that can divide evenly into both 6 and 8? And our self says yes, it would be 2, because 2 is an even number. So you don't have to take it down every time by the full greatest common factor. We can take it steps at a time, which would be helpful. We don't have to list all the factors. We can just think of one that goes into it if we would like to, and save us some time here. So now let's look at a different one. Let's take 9/21. Now this one I'm going to show the steps to list all the factors, so that we've seen it both ways here. So we're going to start with listing the factors of 9 and the factors of 21. The first thing we do is what, Silas? 1 in itself. So I'm going to do 1 and 9, 1 and 21. Let's go to 9 and see. I know it's not a prime number because I've got all prime numbers under 100 memorized. Zoe, anything else that multiplies together to equal 9? Good. 3 times 3. And we could count. We could look at our multiplication chart, whatever works best for us. And then we have 21, which would be who? 3 times 7. We find everything they have in common. And the greatest common factor is what? Now, a lot of you could have looked at that just with the fraction without having done all this and figured out that 3 would be the greatest common factor. And that's cool beans. That's cool beans. We take the greatest common factor and we divide by that greatest common factor, but making that a fraction that equals 1. Any fraction that has the same numerator as denominator is going to equal 1. So then, Courtney, we have 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And Zane, we have 21 divided by 3 equals 7. The cool thing about using this is it's easy to figure out when you get to the dividing part. I'm just saying. So there's 2 different problems. Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you, do something kind today. Please subscribe, save the bees. I love y'all.